Top of the morning to you. Thank you once again for joining us this morning, and most importantly for choosing Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio and your state's number one family radio station. Good morning, and thank God it is Friday. This is Perspectives Unlimited, where we go beyond the news to help you make sense of stories in Nigeria for the brand new day across major newspaper and dailies in Nigeria. My name is Ayo Emmanuel-Ojo. This is the Friday edition of the program, and of course we bring you in-depth analysis together with top stories making the round to help you make sense of them all this great morning. We're broadcasting live from Wells Radio 89.3 FM and inside Wells Broadcasting House along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate here in Ibadan, the capital of your state. We're located along Alafin Avenue here in the city of Ibadan in Oluyole Estate. Welcome to the program. This morning on the program, we go through the front pages first, and then we have the Punch, the Vanguard, and of course the Nigerian Tribune. From the three dailies, we're going to scan through the front pages, bringing you the most important stories right on that page, and afterwards we take in-depth analysis, which is the comprehensive part of the program, where the analysts will chime in and bring perspective, meaning, and of course critical oversight on each of the stories. And also we invite you in at home, our dear listener, to also bring in your own perspective by calling into the studio to share your thought on nation building. We have the Punch, the Vanguard, and the Nigerian Tribune. We start with the Punch newspaper on page 18. Federal government direct AMCON to begin shutdown process. You find that story on page 18 this morning in Nigeria. And of course, moving on to the major story on page 2, 2027 election. APC backs Tinubu. Opposition searches for strong competitor. The writer says APC 22 Gov declared Tinubu sole candidate for the 2027 poll. Amechi Moke head anti-Tinubu coalition committee. And on page 7, 52,000 Nigerians relocated to the UK in 2024. Still on page 2, 13,500 terrorist orders killed in 2 years, says NSA. On page 39, Western oil firms exploited Nigeria's weak laws, says Jonathan. And on page 4 and 5, U.S. court jails a Nigerian for $1 million scam $1 million scam on page 4 and 5. And finally on the Punch, Southwest Gov rollout regional economic master plan. You find that on page 10. Now let's move on to the Vanguard newspaper. Tinubu seeks NASA approval for 1.481 trillion naira reverse budget on page 12. And moving on to the major story this morning on page 5 on the Vanguard 2027, I am expecting more defections to APC, says Tinubu. 22 Govs adopt him as sole APC candidate. Endorsement means psychophancy, says MBF. Nigeria sliding towards one-party state, says INC. Gov should focus on delivering dividends to Nigerians, says Afenifere, and it is evidence of panic, says CUPP. Moving on to page 12, deflect with me or resign, Gov Eno tells appointees. That's on page 12. What we're doing to rescue Nigeria, says Ribadu, on page 6 of the Vanguard. And on page 8, Boko Haram informant. We tackled insecurity. APC escalated it, says PDP. We tackled insecurity. APC escalated it, says PDP. That's some political stone flying around there. NNPC, I beg your pardon, gifts starter pack to 531 NYC members. We have that also this morning on the Vanguard newspaper. And then finally to the Nigerian Tribune on page 14. Dangote refinery reduces petrol price again by 15 naira. And on page 4, Tinubu seek NAS approval of 1.481 trillion naira 2025 Rivers budget. Federal government files criminal charges against Natasha over assassination allegation. On page 13, CBN retention of 27.5% MPR, disappointing but logical, says NACC IMA, the chairman. And federal government to inaugurate textile clusters in Lagos agro-processing hubs in Kano. On page 6, APC adopts Tinubu as sole candidate for 2027. Gov's NAS members endorse him at Party National Summit. I am expecting more defections into the ruling party, says Bola Tinubu on page 6. Now moving on to the next story, the Patriots National Constitution Summit, Southwest Delegate orders converge in Lagos. And of course, Tinubu inaugurated NPC board task members with boosting oil output. And finally, Adesui Hamstrup's coronation as Owa Oboko of Ijesha land holds today. Big congratulations to him. And that's all we can take on the front page of the major dailies we read from this morning. We read from the Punch, the Vanguard newspaper, and of course, the Nigerian Tribune. And with that, I welcome you to, our streaming platforms on Facebook, facebook.com/Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. That's on our Facebook page where you have the privilege to watch, like, and share the video. You want to put a face to the voice or the voices you will be listening to later on the show, just go straight to our Facebook page, Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. And at the same time, head on straight to our YouTube channel, Wells Radio 89.3 FM. There you can catch the live video and more videos, of our great programs. Some of them that you missed, but you can watch them again on YouTube and most importantly on Facebook. Welcome to the program.
The reports we get from even the World Bank, the IMF, talking about the fact that Nigeria has moved from B- to B. That is IMF giving you rating. And the fact that you have been able to improve the economy, there is growth despite the world's recession. All the things we are saying now, the stability of the country. A senator confided in me that now in his community he can sleep with 3 eyes closed, and that in the last 5 years he had not visited his community because of insecurity. So despite the sporadic terrorist attacks here and there by your enemies and our enemies and enemies of Nigeria, you have done very well. You have done an excellent job well. I want to move, and let it be moved, that not only will President Bola Ahmed Tinubu be a sole candidate for the presidency in 2027, but he will also be a sole candidate for the whole Nigerian population, because all other political parties have been torn into shreds. I went to my state and I saw the umbrella, the PDP, it has over 100 rows. And so very soon you will hear, I'm not the one to break the news, but I know the national chairman has already broken the news, that everything in the South has collapsed for you. And that is the same thing that is happening in the nation. Nigerians are saying that because you have done a difficult job well, that it is time for us to reward you by sending you back to the presidency for a second term in office. I move, therefore, as the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that Mr. President return, one, as a candidate of the APC unopposed, and secondly, as the next president for a second term come 2027. I so move. Listen to that voice. That's the voice of the Senate President. I so move. Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Olali Kosoni joins me in the studio this morning to help us make sense of course, this key one. We're going to get there, the APC National Summit or national the APC Congress. The ruling party. We're going to talk about that later on the show. But of course, as always on Fridays, we do a quick recap, of key stories, that happened on the week. And on top of that, for me, is of course the death of the boy going to write WAEC, and of course that one that happened in Ibadan the other day, which is very, very, very sad story that shouldn't happen, in the first place, but that eventually happened. Last night, I tried, I spoke with the father of the boy, hoping that we can have him, share with us, his own side of the story. Even though we, eventually saw the footage, I was expecting to see a CCTV footage, but we're in Nigeria. But we at least got something from that one. I would like to, have your thought, on that. I saw the video. I'm not the judge here, but if you ask me, I think the father should answer some questions, and of course the security agency should also answer, questions. That is very important to us, also as a family radio station, that we talk a little more on that, not to further depress the family here, because it's definitely a tough time for them. However, to ensure that this do not even happen again. Sometimes callers, call the radio station or engage you across platforms and say Nigerians are not speaking. And I just wonder, how much more can we speak? What else do we have to say? In Nigeria, 2020 didn't just come with COVID-19 alone. It was also characterized with NSAS and police brutality. This is 2025. What do we call this? Even if we blame the other side, where is professionalism and all of that? I'll let you weigh in on that. And when we're done with that, we talk about the APC Congress and, of course, what Nigerians are saying about President Bola Tinubu, as mentioned by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio in the audio I played earlier. Once again, good morning to you, and thank you for joining us on the show.
Good morning, Chief. Good morning, Nigeria. It's not the best of time for the Alade family, if I'm not mistaken. In all seriousness, I saw the video, and without apportioning blames here, the father could have done better. In the video I saw, the man was driving in a questionable manner. Of course, we don't have the full gist yet, but going by the video I saw, it looked as if he was trying to evade arrest upon driving in a one-way section. And men of the Ayo State Traffic Maintenance Agency or something like that were trying to apprehend him for doing that, and he was trying to flee, such that he was even running over some culverts, to the point that his bumper got detached from his car. And truth be told, I didn't see where the shot was fired, but some claimed that they have seen the video where the shot was fired as well. Like I said, the man didn't do well, but nothing in the video I saw justified shooting. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Even in the Constitution, a traffic offense is not a criminal offense. In the Constitution of Nigeria, if you are convicted of a crime, you will be barred from contesting for any elective position for at least 10 years. And even in that section, it is clearly written there that except it's a traffic offense. That tells you clearly that a traffic offense is not a criminal offense. And the next thing you could do was to bring out a rifle, loaded rifle, and you open fire for someone who, in all seriousness, you didn't have to run after. We saw the video that captured the license plate of the car, meaning they already know who the person is. It's about waiting for the person. You know the address already. If you go to the licensing office that you want to register your car, they are going to ask for your address. That's that, number one. Number two, the person is certainly going to come back next year to come and renew his vehicle papers. or his driver's license. I mean, these are opportunities for you to apprehend this person. In other climes, even in South Africa, it's something I've actually seen with my two eyes. If you run against traffic light in South Africa, nobody's going to come after you. All you're going to see, if it's in the dark, if it's late, you're going to see a flash of light. And that's a picture. They are taking a picture of you to present you as evidence. Even if you are, it's not just about traffic lights. Even if you are doing 60 in a 40 zone, meaning you should not drive more than 40 kilometers per hour in this area and you're doing 60 kilometers, you are going to see all sorts of flashes. And one flash is one fine. One flash, one fine. So the earlier you slow down, the better for you, for your pocket at least. They could have done that. We may say, in our country, everything is upside down. Over 10 years ago, a $500 million contract was awarded in Abuja to install CCTV cameras everywhere in Abuja. Till today, nobody knows how the money went. But, there was a video footage, though an amateur video footage of somebody, probably used
a mobile phone.
With a mobile phone. But at least we saw the number. That's enough. That is enough. And when things like this are happening, you look at it from the angle of, okay, who is actually suffering the most? If it was a case of somebody driving against the flow of traffic and you showed that video, everybody's going to blame the guy. How could you have, driven your car like that? But once he opened fire, he's no longer the victim at this particular point. He's no longer the people. He's no longer the one the people are going to tear apart with their mouth. It's the side that did the worst part of it, which was the side that opened fire. What is actually most baffling at this particular point in time is that the Oyo State Police Command has not told us that it's the person that opened fire. There is no way they don't know that person. The least thing for the authorities to know is whoever did what, especially in the area of policing, because they take it seriously more than Nigeria takes care of its borders. There's something they call jurisdiction. Police officers from Oluyole will never go to Kola. So the moment you say something happened at XYZ point, they know the station that is covering it. The DPO knows the particular team that is out at that particular moment. Then round all of them up, ask them who opened fire. They are going to tell you in a jiffy. So the police cannot tell us that they don't know who opened fire. And the more they shoot the person who opened fire, the more they are guilty, not even complacent, guilty, in my opinion. So the earlier they tell us the person who opened fire, the better for all of them.
But when if we eventually find out who opened fire, what do we do with that? As as Nigerians,
you don't.
Isn't this just outright, letting the law serve its cause?
That's what I'm talking about. There is no justification whatsoever for opening fire over a traffic offense. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a clear case. Worst case, the best case for the guy is manslaughter. We should take him away for at least 25 years. You may say murder, there is the definition of murder, according to the Black's Law Dictionary, is intentional killing with malice aforethought. You may not be able to prove malice here, but at least you did something that took someone's life away, and that is clear case manslaughter. And in all seriousness, the least we should get here is a manslaughter charge on the person who opened fire. All right, it is well. We hope that eventually we get something from the police. I know the IG also, of course, investigation, which a lot of Nigerians expect. We just hope that we eventually get to the bottom of this. We are not interested in the usual routine. What an investigation, I've done this, I've done that. No, it's a case of, first and foremost, tell us the person that opened fire. Because leaving someone like that roaming on the street, of course, still harmed, is like going to bed with fire on the roof. The person has demonstrated beyond doubt that he is a threat to national peace.
I think we should speak more about training of our police here. Just from the footage, maybe they're trying to shoot at the tires and the bullet trade. For me, that alone is a concern. In fact, I was saying to someone yesterday that at some point I thought the information of, when you see them carry rifles and the likes, there are no bullets in them. Why should someone in broad daylight,
the truth of the matter
fire
is that
bullet? And we see policemen, some of them in their uniforms, some without their uniforms, and you see them on the streets. They are buying things and then they carry.
It's not just about wearing uniforms or not wearing uniforms. It's about a very, very strong and serious dysfunction in the system. They tell you A, but they do Z. After the HENSAS drama that happened in October 2020, they came up with some ideas. I wouldn't even say recommendations, ideas and things they were talking about some shift, some sort of shift in their modus operandi, their mode of operations. And they said, never again will they go out in an unmarked vehicle. Never again will they go out without uniforms. And we have seen such a billion times. So can we rely on their words at this particular point in time? That is one. Number two is this. I find it extremely difficult to believe that the guy who opened fire actually went through police training college. Because if you had done that, if you had gone through a police training college, they would have told you that you do not for any reason open fire in the case of traffic offense. Clearly the guy was wrong, no doubt about that, but nothing he did justified opening fire. It was a case of, don't worry, we are waiting for you. And you called the ultimate shot at that particular point in time by taking someone's life. No. That is what happens when they want to recruit police officers, and instead of going through the normal way, you hear that, there's a list coming from somewhere, somebody has sent his own list, and that is it. Such a person will never be faithful to the system, because the system did not make him who he is. Rather, it was an individual who made him who he is. So you'd rather be faithful to that individual over the system. And that is why we are where we are.
All right. Very sad story there. Very, very sad one.
It is sad and depressing.
Very, very sad one. Let me quickly also encourage parents. I mean, when we drive, whether on the bike or like I usually advise, people at some point, I know a policeman had said, don't speak Queen's English to to policemen. Chukwemeka would not forget that. Don't speak Queen's English to them because it upsets them.
Someone who is hungry, he doesn't even understand what
you're
saying.
It upsets them.
As far as he is concerned, you are daring him because you will feel like this guy thinks I don't speak English. He feels like I'm not educated, but I have something he doesn't have. I have the power to take his life right
Absolutely.
now. And if your own power is to say also, as far as he is concerned, you are using your own power. He may be tempted to use his own power too. So please come to his level and speak to him in the language he understands.
Unfortunately, 5 years after end police brutality in your state, Ibadan, most recently, we're still experiencing what we may call police brutality here. And not just to inflict any form of injury, but to take a life, entirely. Very sad.
There are things you can use to neutralize someone without necessarily killing them. There are rubber bullets. There are tasers that will, mobilize you for 1 or 2 minutes, and they apprehend you within the 1 or 2 minutes advantage that they have. I've never seen a taser in the hands of a police officer in Nigeria. Never. In other countries, yes, I have, but Nigeria, never. No, I've never for once heard that the Nigeria police force ordered rubber bullets. It is always live bullets.
Live bullets.
Why? Live bullets in the hands of people running traffic issues doesn't make sense. It's like saying you want to harm road safety officers with assault rifles. What exactly do you want to do with it? That's the point.
Let's speak to parents too, please. Let's be more careful. When you see them, like I say, when you see policemen, when they stop you, please wait.
100%.
Just wait.
It's not until they stop you.
Yeah.
If you are driving and you see them on the road, apply your brake to it's like semi-stop. You are slowing down totally to be able to halt your car in 3 seconds. That is how to approach them. And if they say stop, don't hesitate. Park at that particular moment
and stop. All right, we'll take a break right now. When we come back, I'm expecting more deflections deflections to APC, says Bola Tinubu. And of course, 13,500 terrorists, others killed in 2 years. And of course, 52,000 Nigerians relocated to the United Kingdom in 2024. And of course, we comment on the Senate President's comment. President Bola Tinubu, according to him, is the man for the job, and Nigerians are asking him to come back in 2027. We'll look at that and more when we come back. Stay with us.
Wells Radio, 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on this website: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
Boost your business with Wells Radio 89.3 FM. In a competitive world of business, strategic brand and product positioning is key to growth. Don't remain unseen in the shadows. Shine a spotlight on your brand with Wells Radio 89.3 FM today. Why Wells Radio? We are your state's #1 family radio station. We connect with the heart of families in your state. As the smallest unit of the society, families trust Wells Radio for quality content and information. Visit us today along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Our white and blue building just before Sharp Corner ensures your business won't go unnoticed. Advertise with us today. Call our marketing office on 0903-936-8185. Call Toby on 0803-509-3394. Yomi on 0706-616-5053. Take the leap today. Let Wells Radio 89.3 FM be the megaphone for your business success. You won't regret it.
Wells Radio, 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
All right, you're welcome back to the program. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. You've been on the call for a while. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
This is Miriam from Odeja.
Good morning, Miriam.
Thank you. As regards the 2027 election, I want to believe that Nigerians are ready to vote out the party that has ensured nothing but hardship and hunger. Because we really cannot continue like this. And lastly, I will urge all voters to please stay away from vote selling so that we can get things right. And I pray the Lord will lead us right as I take it.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miriam. Thank you for your call. All right, there's another call on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. That's Sherif from Monara. Good morning.
I'm Sherif from Monara. Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning.
Regarding the issue of the tragedy that happened years old boy, security years, and the third one, that a young lad like that just not due to what the reckless or reckless action of this boy's father and our policeman, which is very sad. I think Nigeria police need periodical training and enlightenment in operational situation like this. So the Nigeria court, they need to do something on that. But we, the residents, also, it is good for us to obey the traffic law, especially the traffic light. Because on that day, if the father of that boy try to have a little pity on that day, that ugly incident may not occur. That's the reason why anytime we see our security agents with gun, let us calm and cooperate with them, because some of them, a policeman who take a dry thing on that day, we also carry a gun. Or someone that already take a cannabis, we also carry gun. So that means they need to educate them anytime they want to reduce some doing any replacement in Nigeria police. That's my own submission.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sharif from Onara. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning. Good morning to you. Please turn down the volume on your radio set.
This is Adirunke from.
Good morning, Adirunke.
Yeah, thank you. On the issue of the incident that happened in your state is a tragedy one. Even the incident could have been avoidable if the father of the man has waited by violating the traffic rules, and such incident would have been. So I just thought that the case should not be swept under carpet. They should try, justice must prevail. That's my take.
Thank you so much, Adirunke. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. Good
yes,
morning.
This is Ruth from Alakia.
Good morning, Ruth from Alakia. Thank you for calling us.
Yeah, come 2027 election, I hope we Nigerians are ready to correct our wrongs, to vote for personality and not party. Though, because I don't see any opposition party that can really beat these people. But if we can vote for personality and not political party, we really get it right. And I hope we are not going to sell our votes for peanut as usual, because this keeps getting us back to the same circle. So God bless you, okay? Good morning, sir.
God bless you too. Thank you. Hello, good morning to you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to
good
you,
morning,
sir.
what's happening?
Good morning.
Okay, my name is Salam. I'm calling from Awoton.
Good morning,
Barrister
Mr. Salam.
Sonny.
Morning, sir.
All right, sir. All right, sir. Good morning, sir. See, on the Ibadan incident, what I'd like to talk on this morning.
Please go ahead, sir.
See, everybody has been apportioning blame on the father of the boy. Fine. The man heard. Honestly, I've seen the video. The man really heard. But what is paining me, and for me, at least for once, I'd like to commend the actions so far taken by the Inspector General of Police, which of course I would just encourage, I will appeal to him to actually instruct the Oyo State Police Command to ensure the needful is done. Just as Barrister Sonny has said, that we really need to know the officer that fired the shot. Honestly speaking, I mean, hiding his identity will further, anger the members of the public. That okay, police is now shielding its own personnel. It's not fair. But more importantly, the Oyo State government is not doing enough in this regard. I have expected that Governor Seyi Makinde would have made a statement. Well, I don't know whether he has done that. For now, for once, I would have expected that Governor Seyi Makinde would have sent a delegation to the place. It's not about the accusing the man of claiming that the man drove against traffic. Agreed, he did. But then it's like the family of the victim needs some attention right now, and they will be more convenient. I mean, they will be assuaged if they hear a statement from the Oyo State government. The Oyo State government should realize that the family of this boy, they are citizens of the state, of Oyo State. Governor Seyi Makinde, they should realize that the family of this boy, they are citizens. I think you understand. So I expected that the government should go beyond what his Oitman officials are telling him. And by the way, the situation, the location where this thing started is a federal road. Oitman is a state agency. Can you imagine that? Because I saw them, they were actually trying to chase him. The man was actually evading their arrest. So it's like He only called the police attention by the time he drove recklessly to where the police were standing. So it's the main cause of the problem is the OITMA. And the Oyo State government, as the employer, is the one that's supposed to even show more affection to the family of the boy by saying something, by doing something that will restrict the family. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Mr. Salami. Thank you so much for your perspective. That's another point too, whether federal or state road, and what should the state traffic agency be doing
on a supposedly
federal road. That's another conversation.
It's an argument I have always brought forward. In all seriousness, the FIRS has no business whatsoever on a state road. And
we see them a lot on state roads, yeah.
Even local government roads.
Even local government roads, we find them there.
OITMA has no business on a federal road. That is it. No two ways about it.
No two ways about it. All right, the calls are coming in. Let's take another one. Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. It's Mr. George.
Good morning, Mr. George from Olugweru. Good morning.
You see, right from the beginning, I have already made up my mind to say that the father of this boy have just traded with the life of his son. Because driving against traffic is a traffic offense. And again, they stopped you, you refuse to stop, and you are driving recklessly. He has just traded with the life of his son. And with the type of government we are having today, there is nothing that is going to be in his favor. I also heard over a news last night that he has been invited to the police headquarters. So you can imagine, with the type of government we are having today, he has no case to judge. He may likely be jailed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. George. Let's get to politics. President Bola Tinubu yesterday said he's expecting more members of opposition political parties to join the All Progressives Congress (APC) before the 2027 general election, just as the Progressive Governors Forum (PGF) and the National Working Committee (NWC) of the party adopted him as the sole candidate of the party. The endorsement for governors and lawmakers signaled deep internal consensus within the APC, effectively eliminating internal challenges to Tinubu's re-election bid. The move also comes as opposition forces are rumored, to be coming around with a new platform, possibly the African Democratic Congress (ADC), prompting the APC to reinforce unity early. We heard the Senate President. Hopefully, if time permits us, I'll play that again. But let me get to your view on, of course, some of the speeches delivered at the APC Congress. I listened to President Bola Tinubu. I listened to the Senate President, to Nuhu Ribadu, and so many other, and everything seemed to be in alignment with Bola Tinubu, and most importantly, 2027, and to some of the successes that they see that this ruling political party is actually doing well on.
To start with, yesterday was a very bad day for Nigeria. These are people who should be hard at work at this particular point in time. You are not, calendar-wise, you're not even 2 years in office. Yes, it's the month, but until it's May 29, 2025, you are not 2 years in office yet. You are not halfway. And everybody, every organ of the party is saying that we have nominated you solely.
Let's take the call, sorry. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Sherry from now.
Sherry is calling back.
All right.
Mr. President's statement that is still expecting moving to the vet to APC and the 22 APC governors, they are adopting as so kindly see. If they like, if all the political parties across the system, they are free to divert to APC. They are free. Because in Lagos State, where Mr. President came from, who was there as a governor, they have 3 senators, they have 20 House of Reps, they have 57 House of Assembly, even including the local government chairman and the SCD and numerous councillors, all in Lagos. P2B does not have the structure and still defeat Mr. President in that state. So if we Nigerians, the masses, the hungry Nigerian, the unemployed youth, if we can decide and control our mindset that see, 2027 election, we not vote for APC. heaven will not fall. Another party will defeat them. So if they like, they can adopt Mr. President, not to concern us, because all those people, they are fighting for their own interests. They are not hungry. But hungry Nigerian, the sovereign citizen, we decide. So may God spare our life beyond. That's my own submission.
Amen. Thank you so much. May God spare our lives. And for me, the major concern is in 2025, we're already seeing, Pabio is already saying that is the voice of the Senate President
Please
in 2025.
Call us, please give us 5 minutes.
Yeah.
These are people who should be hard at work. The National Security Advisor was there. And let's start with his own speech. He said, they have neutralized 13,500 bad guys. That's nonsense as far as I'm concerned. Because every day, what you hear is killings here, killings there. And it's every corner in the country. Just yesterday, this guy who was saying that the president has brought stability to the security situation in the country lost 2 of his men. 2 soldiers were killed yesterday in Benue State. Let's go to Ganduje. Ganduje said, oh, the economy is now stable, everything is fine, nobody is complaining again. Are you kidding me? In the same Nigeria that we are, I mean, that's a white lie. It's an obvious lie. Everybody knows the state of the economy right now. The minimum wage cannot even buy you a bag of rice. Is it rice that you're going to eat for the whole month? I'm not even talking about oil, not even salt. After buying a bag of rice, that's the end of it. I mean, and you're saying the economy is now stable. That's absolute nonsense. That's that. Let's go to the words of the Senate President. I'm not surprised. Akpabio is someone I've listened. I mean, I don't listen to him anymore because I don't have time for nonsense at this stage of my life. But, when he was governor of Akwa Ibom State, I listened to him a lot. And since that time, I can tell you without mincing words that he is a pure sycophant. I can remember everything he told Goodluck Jonathan. They went for a campaign in Sokoto. Jonathan was contesting against Muhammadu Buhari then, and he said, Mr. President, referring to President Jonathan, then I can assure you that we are going to get a moonslide, not a landslide, a moonslide in the coming election. We know them. We know their capacity. We are going to defeat them. They cannot touch you. You are the president.
In his speech this time around, actually, he didn't promise the president now. He said to the president that if I tell you that I can get all of that, I'll be lying because he needs to do more work. So I want to believe that.
So what I even want to say is this. At the end of the day, Muhammadu Buhari defeated Goodluck Jonathan. Guess what? The next election, he was already in Buhari's party, campaigning for Buhari. That tells you the type of person he is. He's a fair weather man. He's someone who is not someone who has any conviction. I mean, that's just the truth. That's just the way he appears to me. Let's now go to the biggest boy in the room, the president himself. He said something that actually struck me. He said, go and get all opposition politicians into the APC because the APC is the party for the people. Why didn't he say, go and bring me Bello Turji? Why didn't he say, go and get me Ado Aliru? Why didn't he say, go and get me all these bad boys that are taking sleep away from the eyes of Nigerians? Fabio said something that would have given him away as a hypocrite yesterday. He said, oh, a senator told me that 5 years prior now he couldn't go home. I can tell you free of charge that when the former president was leaving, Muhammadu Buhari, not a square inch of this country was under the control of Boko Haram. Now there is Boko Haram, there is ISWAP, and these guys have sorts of lands that they are controlling. That even the army will tell you don't go there if you don't want to die. That's the truth of the matter. And Ababio now said they are now sleeping with 3 eyes closed. Who has 3 eyes? That tells you everything you need to know about what he was saying. That he was just, blabbing in his usual character. And that's not what we should be talking about. We should be talking about truth. We should be talking about pure governance. We should be talking about transparency, honesty. These are the virtues that are lacking in this country. You are the president. Your job at this particular point in time is to ensure that things are going well for Nigerians. We can begin to roll out the statistics. When this guy came on board, Nigeria was using $1.something billion to service loan in 3 months. Now it's 50% more. We're talking about foreign debt, actually. That tells you that our foreign debt portfolio has increased by at least 50%. And they are not really borrowing outside the country. Most of the borrowings they are now doing is now within the country. Treasury bills, bonds. Every month the CBN through the debt management office issues a lot of bonds and treasury bills to the tune of trillions. Every month they are borrowing. In terms of security, nowhere is safe in this country. Nowhere is safe in this country. I can say that anytime I'm on the road and I'm traveling,
it's a concern.
It is a huge concern for myself and more for my family. And you are saying that things are okay, that you are no. See, it tells you that one thing is actually on the ground right now. Our current political leaders are only interested in politics. Nothing, absolutely nothing concerns them with the economy, with the security. When they came on board, I can tell you what the dollar was going for then. It's now over ×2 at the parallel market. At the CBN rate, it's around ×4 folds. And you are saying the economy is better. No, it shows clearly. The president said something yesterday. He said, I can assure all of you APC people here that we are taking care of you and that we will further take care of you. Did he say that to Nigerians? No. He knows the garden he is watering, and the APC garden is blooming, it's flourishing, because all the Kano governor, as far as I'm concerned, is somebody that should be before a judge. He was in Kano maybe last week or thereabout, if I'm not mistaken, and I saw his convoy. It's a 40-car convoy. I'm talking about LX600 vehicles. These are cars worth, just one of them, worth over 300 million. And this is someone that should be standing before a judge for the Agbada banking that we saw. If you cannot put your country in the hands of people like this and say things are going to go well in the country. I'm not cursing, but that's just the truth of the matter. They are not in the least way concerned with what concerns me and you. Rather, the only thing that matters to them is perpetuating themselves in office. And if Nigerians feel like this is the best for them, so be it.
All right. For those who missed, the voice of Akpabio earlier, I would want to play that again for a minute or two.
The man with 3 eyes.
And when we come back, we open the phone lines and we look at the possibility of Nigeria sliding towards a one-party state, with what we're getting from the political area. Stay with us.
We get from even the World Bank, the IMF, talking about the fact that Nigeria has moved from B- to B. That is IMF giving you rating. And the fact that you have been able to improve the economy, there's growth despite the world's recession. All the things we are saying now, the stability of the country. A senator confided in me that now in his community he can sleep with 3 eyes closed. And that in the last 5 years, he had not visited his community because of insecurity. So despite the sporadic terrorist attacks here and there by your enemies and our enemies and enemies of Nigeria, you have done very well. You have done an excellent job well. I want to move, and let it be moved, that not only will President Bola Ahmed Tinubu be a sole candidate for the presidency in 2027, but he will also be a sole candidate for the whole Nigerian population, because all our political parties have been torn into shreds. I went to my state and I saw the umbrella, the PDP, it has over 100 rows. And so very soon you will hear, I'm not the one to break the news, but I know the national chairman has already broken the news, that everything in the South-South has collapsed for you. And that is the same thing that is happening in the nation. Nigerians are saying that because you have done a difficult job well, that it is time for us to reward you by sending you back to the presidency for a second term in office. I move, therefore, as the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that Mr. President return, one, as a candidate of the APC unopposed, and secondly, as the next president for a second term come 2027. I so move. Listen to that voice. That's the voice of the Senate President. I so move. Mr. Speaker.
Welcome back to the program 0916-893-1000. Hello, good morning to you.
Wow, Mr. Hewan.
Good morning,
God
Mr.
bless
Mario. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us.
Mr. Solly, how are you doing, Jesus' name?
Amen. You too, sir.
Yeah, I root for this country. I'm weeping for this country. As I was listening to that, to what Akpabio was saying, if I was weeping within me, because one of the credentials of politicians in this country is an ability to tell a perfect lie. I'm telling you, one of the abilities you have,
with
one
a
of the
straight face.
credentials you have in this country is when you have the ability to tell a lie of what is happening, of the opposite of what is happening in the country. Let Akpabio go to Anambra, where does it come from? Let him go there, Akwa Ibom. Let him go there without the security details. He said he went to state and are giving me a rousing welcome that people are supposed to Tinubu, that security has been the security in the state has improved. Say no. NSA, the body that was saying that they've been able to change the execution of these Boko Haram members. Let him go to where he comes from without the security. Why are they lying to us now? Why are they lying to us? On a daily basis, they kept on killing people. On a daily basis, lives are being lost. And all those people could have to say to tell us that because they has improved. See, in this country, if you are having this set of politicians, this set of liars in the system, I'm telling you, Nigeria will not have an headway. Nigeria needs somebody who will be able to speak truth to power. In that meeting yesterday, where they were having yesterday, I would have loved it or give a standing ovation to any of to someone who would have come up to the stage and hold the match and tell Mr. President the truth of what is happening in the country and tell Mr. President to forget about the ambition of 2027 presidential election for now and face the insecurity in the country. In fact, such a man would have won my mind immediately. But instead, what did we have yesterday? You are hearing that people are collapsing their structures for Tinubu to come on board. And that was just all you are saying yesterday. You are just telling lies. I wish that we can have something that will just put an end to all those anomalies in this country. And we have a set of new beings who will see the truth to power and take things as the way it is. I weep and I plead for this country.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let me say something as just what Akpabio said. He said we are no longer owing IMF. That's not totally true. We are still owing them. We are still paying them a lot of money, tens of millions of dollars annually. That's on one side. What we are owing World Bank right now is something that is unprecedented. We are owing them a lot of money.
Feels like the time is so short this morning. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning, Mr. George.
Yeah, calling again from
Ologweru. Yeah, good morning.
I think we all listening to Akpabio.
I did.
You can see we are in big trouble. And I don't know how we are going to be able to galvanize ourselves to prepare to be able to defeat these people that have gathered themselves together and are telling us these lies and assuring themselves that there is nobody who is going to be able to do it. Because they are not going to fold their hands and see anybody come up. In every incident that is happening in this country now, you see the trajectory, you see the way they are moving. They are supporting themselves. Natasha has been sued by the federal government for defamation. This incident of yesterday, I video for yesterday in Ibadan here.
Yeah.
You can see the way it's going. We are nowhere unless we are able to galvanize ourselves and prepare for 2027.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. George. Let's talk about Nigeria sliding towards one-party state. Let me get your view of that.
And the president said he's not forcing anybody to come into his party. And that's not.
But they're expecting more defection into the party.
He's charging current members.
More governors seem to be joining the party.
The governor of Akwa Ibom even said that if you are his appointee and you are not
a member of the party, then resign.
The truth of the matter is that the president has one thing and one thing in mind: is staying in office, and that, of course, needs a lot of people in the camp of the APC. So as far as I'm concerned, he is driving the country towards a one-party state, which is very, very bad in my opinion. It's not the best.
Let's take this call in 1 minute. Hello, good morning.
The man Sheriff is calling back.
All right, Sheriff, let's talk to you in a minute.
The president said he's expecting someone in his own party, and also said that they are not want to decide one-party system. That means his statement is contradicting himself. like what the analyst said, the governor of Akwa Ibom also said if you don't follow him to APC, you'll be sacked. That means they are threatening people. And the matter more is that they're supposed to pray that God to spare their life beyond 2027. Who knows what will really happen tomorrow? Nobody can say. So that means in politics, 24 hours is long hours. But let us keep our miracle cross that one day God will deliver us from them.
Amen.
That's my answer.
Thank you so much, Sharif.
Let me hand on this note. A big shame to the G5 governors. Wike, Ogwayi, Beazu, Makinde, and Autumn. They were in PDP and they supported an APC guy.
Yeah.
Now, a guy in APC, a guy who is going to APC is telling people that if you don't follow me to APC, you resign. It means that they want to help you destroy your home. You are helping them destroy your own home, and they are telling you that if you don't do their home, that you are. I mean, it shows. It just shows them who they are. They should look at it for themselves.
52,000 Nigerians relocated to the UK.
It's a slap.
In 2024.
It is a slap on the
52,000.
face on the government. It shows that the government did everything wrong in 2024. That is because if that's not the case, people would not have been leaving their fatherland to another person's land where they would face racism.
Thank you so much. Mr. Salami called you barrister. Are you a barrister now?
I'm not a barrister. I'm just a law-abiding Nigerian.
A law-abiding Nigerian. We can take more calls. The lines are still on the phones, but we have to go. So we make way for AM Sport to come on board. That's all we can take this morning. I'll encourage you to please join Agbeya Wirun by 8 o'clock. Mr. Sonny will still be on that show in Yoruba language to look at critical issues in our own mother tongue, and I'm sure that you will even be more expressive on critical issues in Nigeria. That's all from me this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Lizette is here. God bless you.
Please listen to this important information. The views expressed by the interviewee in this program are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Wells Radio 89.3 FM or its affiliated entities. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is committed to providing a platform for diverse perspectives and opinions, and the views expressed by guests on our programs are their personal viewpoints. Wells Radio 89.3 FM does not endorse or take responsibility for the content or opinions expressed by individual interviewees and callers. Thank you.
كان ساعا الكثير لإسبانيول. ضاعت الكرة من جانب إسبانيول. تمريرة خاطئة صدمت في الدفاع. رونالدو كريستيانو على اليمين. رونالدو مر. رونالدو عدى بمهارة. يا عيني يا كريستيانو. جميلة من رونالدو هذا كله، والكل يقول أن ليس في مستواه. هذا الهدف عدى من الأول. رونالدو مر. جميلة من رونالدو، جميلة من كريستيانو.
Ja cap a la dreta per Xavi. Assistència de Xavi més cap a la dreta per Messi. Messi. Immens Messi. Encara Messi. Encara Messi. Gol. Increïble. No m'ho puc... For Selko. Here's Mbappé. Teenage kicks. The ultimate teenage kick. Nani. Rooney. Oh, wonderful. What a goal. And what a time. In what a place. What a player. Wayne Rooney out of this world. 2-1 United. One of the great goals in the
Good morning and welcome to your favorite sports show on the airwaves. Luka Modric set to leave Real Madrid at the end of the season. How are we feeling? How are we doing this morning? My name is Lizette Femole Sport Baby, and let's talk sports this morning on AM Sport on Wells Radio to 9.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio and number one family radio in the city of Ibadan. Luka Modric set to leave Real Madrid at the end of the season. Luka Modric is literally the most decorated player in Real's history and is left to leave the season at the end of the season. Before we go into the story, let's go to the grassroots era. Yes, the local news for today. Chell has come out to defend Super Eagles list for the international friendly. The Super Eagles head coach Eric Chell has shed light on the decision to omit some big names from the squad for the upcoming friendlies this month. Yes, Chell recently named the 26-man squad for the Four Nation tournament, which will see the Super Eagles compete against Ghana, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago. The list includes a mix of foreign-based professionals and several standout players from the Nigeria Premier Football League. Yes, the NPFL, however, from notable attempts raised eyebrows like Ademola Lookman, Victor Osimhen, and Alex Iwobi were not included in the squad. Instead, the list featured Ifeanyi Oyebuchi, Junior Onduka, Sodiq Ismaila, Waliyu Ojetoyo, and speaking to the NFF, Chell explained that the Unity Cup is only about competition but also about opportunity to evaluate fresh faces and test new combination. And according to him, they are looking forward to taking part in the Unity Cup, and it will give the chance to try out a new few players in different roles. And still on the Unity Cup, yes, one of our rivals for that day, the Jamaica Football Federation has unveiled a strong 21-man squad for the tournament. Jamaica will compete alongside Nigeria and Ghana in this much anticipated competition. Yes, and the squad announced yesterday includes several new faces, just like how Nigeria did theirs to Benjamin Williams and Stephen Young, both of Portsmouth United, Tafari Chambers of Mount Pleasant, Ruben Bourne also of Burton Albion in England, among the fresh addition to the team. Now going to the side of the Flying Eagles this morning. Yes, the president of the Nigeria Football Federation, NFF, Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gassiu, has declared the country's under-20 national team will undergo a full overhaul following a disappointing outing at the recent under-20 African Cup of Nations, where they literally took the bronze medal. Yes, Gassiu, who also recently assumed the role of president of the West African Football Union, Zombi, expressed dissatisfaction with the Flying Eagles' performance and emphasized the need for decisive reconstruction, particularly in the attacking department. Yes, according to him, they added new talent that will be invited as part of a broader strategy to reflect the team structure ahead of upcoming regional competitions. According to him, they plan to overhaul the entire department. The upcoming WAFU tournament would serve as a proving ground for new players as they begin the rebuilding process. And in the news that concern the Sport Festival happening in Ogun State, yes, the 2025 National Sport Festival allegedly descended into chaos on Wednesday as the officials of the Kickboxing Federation of Nigeria were involved in the physical altercation over officiating roles at the event. Allegedly, report says that the confrontation took place at the kickboxing venue, where the result of a protracted leadership crisis within the federation, triggered by the controversial impeachment of the federation's president and the subsequent imposition of a replacement allegedly lacking qualifications, has left the body deeply divided. Tensions boiled over when a particular Mr. Kevin excluded other board members from decision making, resulting outrage led to an open scuffle on Wednesday, prompting police intervention and the temporary arrest of some. And now going to basketball this morning, but still at the grassroots era. Yes, the woman Afro Basket Tigers set to host pre-tournament event in Abuja as part of preparation for the 2025 Women's Afro Basket Championship. Nigeria's national women's basketball team, the Tigers, has finalized plans to host a preparatory tournament in Abuja, led by head coach Reni Wakama. The reigning champions are focused on defending the title they secured at the previous edition of the tournament. The newly arranged warm-up tournament is aimed at fine-tuning the team ahead of the main event, and the event is scheduled to take place from July 18 to 20 in the Nigerian capital. And still on basketball this morning, but now going out of Nigeria. Yes, the NBA result games played in the early hours of today. 6 Thunder defeating Timberwolves with 16 point difference. Yes, Thunder 118 and Timberwolves 103. And games coming up tomorrow in the NBA says Pacers and Knicks meeting by 1 a.m. and on Sunday in the NBA, Thunder and Timberwolves again by 1:30 a.m. And back to the news going around today. Yes, Luka Modric said to leave Real Madrid at the end of the season, and this is his last game is going to be at the Bernabeu this weekend. Then the legend Modric will be saying goodbye. Yes, Luka Modric, 13 years, 28 trophies, 1 Ballon d'Or, and the most decorated player in Real Madrid.